All right, hello everybody. Welcome to VR Master League Channel 1 here on this Saturday evening for North American matches about to happen on stream. We got a few in a row for you, and starting off with Aztecs versus Team Geometry, and we're gonna get that going pretty shortly. But here on the casting desk, I'm Palidore, being joined by Swift. Swift, how's it going?
Going pretty good. Excited for these matches and excited to join you. Also excited for venues later on, but for now we've got some cool matches lined up and ready to cast them.
Yeah, definitely. By later on, you mean tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I do mean tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I guess for you, I mean, it must be. Let's see. Oh, it's not quite midnight yet, so it's almost tomorrow. But yeah, of course.
It's almost tomorrow.
Of course, we had venues earlier on. You were in there, and we were over here casting that, and you'll be joining us, tomorrow for some more matches in venues as well. You know, got a few of them coming up. Some we're gonna be seeing Ignite, who just like yesterday, we're seeing some not baked potato over in NA, but baked, so close. Definitely got a lot of stuff that's gonna be fun to watch for sure. And a quick reminder, you got 30 seconds on the prediction poll to get your bets in, but I can see most people already did. So, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, and seeing Kit Catastrophe saying in there, I am so hype. Well, I'm glad you are. I am too, of course. I mean, Cecilia as well in the chat. Fong, Shid, it's Bloop.
What did you just say? It's Bloop with the Bloop shots.
Bloop 15, not Boop 90. Not Bloop, not Bloop. You know what? Never mind.
Okay. well, welcome everyone to the stream. I do sort of have my cams here. I don't have Swift though. We were trying to set it up, then I remembered that I didn't do unique stuff for me, so I kind of feel bad just going solo and leaving Swift hanging there. So maybe you'll see me, maybe you won't. Might as well be the case. I do have, I mean, I'm no longer on the ice cream soup that I had earlier on. I now have some proper drinks. And by proper drinks, I mean Orange Crush. Or Crush Orange, as the case may be. It's one step closer to water, Swift. One step closer.
Well, I mean, I've gone one step away from water, unfortunately. With some Beppis, because I'm not allowed to say that copyright.
I miss whatever you're talking about, but that's fine with me. With that, yeah, I'm just realizing I still haven't changed my field of view, so gonna do that now. And actually, you guys might see it here on the I guess a little behind the scenes action or whatever. People wondering, because I actually got a question about this in DMs just a couple days ago, on how you can adjust your custom camera angles, because it's not actually documented, at least that I know of, in the game itself. But yeah, if you want to change those level cams, make custom angles, it is in fact available by Control plus L while you're in spectator mode, and you can set some custom ones. Although I'm forgetting what my custom field of view is supposed to be now. What was it? 95.5 or something like that. Well, maybe too little, too late. Either way, gonna get these matches started here shortly. We got again 3 in a row coming up, so. Master matches as well later on, about starting in another couple hours. So yeah, got some good stuff for you, but we're getting it right here with a couple. Well, this match was not a match redemption, but our other 2 matches, our next 2 matches after this, will be channel reward redemptions as well. So you know, that's been a thing people have definitely been enjoying and liking, and redeeming their matches to get some, or the channel points to get some guaranteed casts down the line. So hey, starting off this first round now, there's Flatbush with the disc.
Well, I just saw Team Geometry doing the backwards regrab from the start, so I mean we're seeing more and more teams doing that, and it's pretty fun to watch. It's very quick, but you obviously lose that accuracy with not being able to see and all. But that's some great defense from Team Geometry. Speaking of, but the stat looks like it's coming back for Aztec, so they're just going to be maybe retaining the disc again. Yeah,
so Quentin with the disc, and oh yeah, overlay is correct now. Thank you, chat. Will be Aztecs over on blue. Got Team Geometry over on orange, and at the moment trying to light that goal up, orange, and they do. Toucan, first shots for Geometry.
Nice shot coming through there, and honestly, just flip what I said earlier. If if it's gonna be, so it was Aztecs with the backwards regrab.
Yeah, my bad my bab on that one. What's a bab? I'm babbling. But Aztecs with a joust here, so yeah, don't worry, it's me, not you, Swift. This relationship, it's coming to a close. But Dragon with a clear to Boggy, and Boggy in the clear for a 3. Wow.
That was so nonchalant.
Yep.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, 24-meter throw, and yeah, just dead accurate. What can you say? Got to give the compliments to Aztecs, who now get on the board just the same with that 11-10 record here in Diamond Division. Geometry with a 16-9. What a resolution!
Yeah, so maybe fighting towards getting to the Master Tier as well. So makes this match ever more interesting as teams try to come up as we edge closer to the final cup, as we are just about to get into the second Challenger Cup. So that's going to be interesting, and maybe trying to fight to get into Master Tier, which it's very difficult. There's so many good up-and-coming teams. It's especially recently. There's been a lot of roster changes. I know, especially in Europe, but in NA as well. Just everywhere. There's been so many changes over the last few weeks, and I mean, you got to expect it. It's mid-season. It always happens. Oh
yeah, we saw in the first Challenger Cup, you know, last cycle, the first cycle, all the teams who got into Master in both regions that were in Diamond prior. So it was a story of yeah, exactly that. The new blood in the new look Master Division, as well, look out with a little bit of, I'm not sure, not really dubstep disc, just dubstep player going in and out of existence before Zen the Weeb sends it to flat.
I mean, he just ducked so quick, he went into a different dimension. Speaking of Flatbush, gonna dive over that player, get the pass to Quinton above the goal, and he's gonna dunk that one in.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, I'm not sure if a player had crashed there or not, so I'm kind of, I was half expecting a timeout to maybe happen just there, but yeah, just a little bit of misconnections on the internet side of things, but back into the game with a 1-point lead, and yeah, Boggy's having some issues, that much is clear.
Yep, that QB not quite going right, but they still do get it out. There's no 3-pointers there coming from Team Geometry right now. As Zen the Weeb tries to get it to his teammate. Fortunately, tough bounce there. Boggy J trying to intercept there, but he does put on enough pressure that Team Geometry does miss the pass and lose the disc for a little bit. So buying a little bit of time now for Aztecs to maybe recover from whatever happened earlier and push up.
Yeah, and to answer the questions there in chat real quick, yeah, it's Swift joining us here. Of course, from non-esports there in the EU, and as well, just a long-time caster now, veteran caster among our VRML team here. Glad to have Swift joining us for some NA matches. Quite the delight as Boggy J tries to make that play to Dragon. It's in. They're up by 1. This is quite a stellar start to the round. Really competitive.
Yeah, nice shot coming from Dragon. Although I must say, you said that statement at possibly the worst time. Today was my last game on non-esport, unfortunately.
Well, you know, it was formerly of non-esport, I suppose. And that's why I also kind of padded it in with a caster thing. Because I know that your roster spot on there is coming to a close after this cycle, which, you know, for me, selfishly, it's a win, because now we get to get more Swift casts, so, you know, I'm just saying. It works with me.
Yeah, I mean, stuff happens. I mean, roster swaps, I'm not immune to either. No one's immune to the roster swaps, and you got to remember, but, I mean, of course, as a caster on the flip side, it also means that there is a bright side that I can cast more, so I get to see all of the casters more as Quinton seeks those 2 points, and there's just too many in the bubble.
Yeah, just waiting. Had the camera right behind Quinton's head, chilling up there and vibing just like us here, as the Twitch chat noted. And yeah, I mean, Quinton getting a 1-point advantage right back. Neither team is able to pull away by more than a point or 2, it seems like. So last 4.5 minutes of this round, and so far so good competition-wise. Looking good and looking fun.
And Flatbush here getting this pass to Toucan. He's going to pass it right back, but just missing the disc off the bounce. Dragon going to go for this clear now. And looks like they're trying to get a stack together. Team Geometry trying to contest, but Dragon gets through, hits a block on the way though. So Flatbush is able to pick up the disc first for Team Geometry. and maybe get this through. Dives over one. He's trying to fight 3 players right now in the bubble. Does so pretty successfully. This shot coming all the way through for the 3, not quite hitting though.
All right, now 4 minutes remaining, and back to Mo Biscuits. Love that name, but Biscuit trying to get Bisquick here and get back on the scoring end of things if they can. They're down by 1. A good clear, but the stack you see there for Geometry, they were well prepared. Defensively, that said, they do overshoot, so almost a damaging play going against them. Boggy J, some damaging stuns, just the same as will be flat the clear, and back into the blue. Wow.
It's so, as the spectator, it's so easy to see when that front stack is coming through, and when the defensive stack gets there, and they miss the disc initially, and they still think they have time, and the front stack is right behind them. It's so easy to see in spectator, but so hard to see as a defense. I think it's one of the more common mistakes made by defensive stacks, honestly.
Yeah, and you know, those stacks. Heavy topic of discussion anytime doing those venue streams in EU. Definitely saw a lot of the stackage back and forth. But right now, some blockage into the goal. Gonna be undone. Dragon on a couple defenders in there. Didn't matter. Got the 1-point lead. Right back. It continues, Swift. It continues.
Yeah, it continues, and I guess you could say it drags on.
That was a classic. That was almost a Palidad pun. Palidaddy. I hate that. Twitch made me say that.
Oh no.
I was forced
Did they make you say
into it.
that?
I was forced into it. Anyway.
I think you voluntarily said that.
Debatable, but nonetheless, over into the other end of the floor now, maybe a chance for 2 goals in a row, a rarity in this round, but right beyond the reach of Boggy, so we're gonna have to take it on a defender now. Will they? Won't they?
Oh!
No, sir! Quentin tearing it up. Quentin Tarantino, I guess. But man, they're mean and they are raining down the floor for maybe a lead right back. And let's see if they can direct a shot into the goal. Anchor and looking for the alley-oop, but missed thanks to the stuns. What stellar defense from both teams here.
First of all, the dunk coming through, it's a common move made on really good goalies, because I mean all goalies are just so good right now, and dunks are just becoming more common. But the save and another one coming through from Boggy J. Speaking of,
wow,
the defense from these teams are absolutely unbelievable right now, and it's not even to say that the offense is lacking. They're taking these shots, and they're good shots, and they're from close up. Being said, Zenderweeb getting those 2 points is able to collect on the 2 points finally, but there's still only 1 point in it.
Oh, these teams are starting off the stream the right way tonight for NA because, wow, absolute back and forth in this game. Again, it's literally just 1-point trades. 1 point advantage, 1 point advantage. That's been the story of this round. And then those hugely clutch saves from both sides. Both teams had some really great ones. And trying to do it again, there's Boggy, seeing if they can make a goal pass here. There's a lot of defense in the way. And there it is again, this time off Quinton. And they're going to boost out for the disc, but recovered by Mo Biscuit, who backs out to Boggy just past the hands.
I don't think we're ever going to see a first opportunity goal in this game, pretty much ever, considering how good these defenses are. It's always going to take multiple attempts, because the first time the defense is ready, the defense is there, it's going to take multiple attempts for the defense to be a little bit cluttered for these teams, because they are absolutely on point right now. Speaking of, Zenderweeb just going to miss the disc. He's able to get the slap away just in time.
All right, 30 seconds and a chance for maybe a round winner with a score here. It gets delivered and leaving them shivering in the dust. It's Dragon blowing us all away. With that, 9-8 Swift and a little bit of time.
Well, I mean, you never know. I've seen better things in Echo before. We'll see as this QB pass comes through, not quite all the way through, and with that, I think we'll see the eyes on this game almost being a self goal into the orange net there.
Wow, what a massive win there right at the end. But this match has been one of the just in terms of, again, the back and forth gameplay with neither team pulling away by much. By default, one of the most competitive games I've seen in a while. Like, there's just no give. It's goal for goal, punch for punch, save for save, it feels like. That was immensely fun to watch that first round here. So I'm excited for round 2. Seeing if we can get maybe a little bit of the opposite there and find ourselves with a third, because this just already feels like instantly one of those matches where, you know, neither team is giving up an inch clearly, or even a point for that matter.
I mean, the fact that we saw 7 saves in the first round, it was almost a save a minute, and I think all of them happened within the 5-minute period, so more than that, a point in this game. So the defense is honestly what is going to be to look out for this game. A lot of the time, we see teams, and it's more of a matter of when you clear it, whichever stack's going to get there first. And in those games, we see a lot more 3-pointers, a lot more stunning of stacks, and a lot more focused in the half it's just been cleared out of, and more focused on the offense. But right now, it's all about that defense. It's all about drawing out the defenders. It's all about trying to draw them out and taking your time with it, and passing around as much as possible. So, I mean, I love both games, but this is where you start to see that strategy. Who starts to crumble more under pressure?
Yeah, well, we'll see. Oftentimes, that is the story of these matches: is which team plays perfectly, because that is a rarity. If not impossible, but it's more so just which team can execute a little better, which team can make fewer mistakes, as I like to say, because that is the reality of sports, games, and anything physical, aggressive, and this is just a battle. So which team can get that execution there? But so far, Swift, I mean, it's been sweet. It's been sweet as a butter pecan ice cream soup, even. Scrumptious.
Oh, well, I was wondering why you brought that up again, and then I realized why you brought that up again. So there you go. The bounce coming off the backboard, coming towards Aztecs. Bacon Lord tries to walk it up. He's looking backwards. Flatbush takes that opportunity. He tries to get the disc, but Bacon Lord able to get his head to it first, but Flatbush is able to collect it, get this cleared down, and now looking for the stack. But Zen the Weeb looking for the disc. Bacon Lord's to it first. Just a quick clear coming through now from Aztecs. Are they able to get to this? It's going to be Quinton at the back line there for Team Geometry. He's just going to get that out of there.
All right, now Zen the Weeb as well as Flat. Wow, look at that stack. Look at the shot. 3 points. This started off in round 2 now.
Yeah, I mean, I just said sometimes we see games where it's more focused on the stack, and it seems like Team Geometry is starting to work that a little bit more. Maybe it was just a one-off. We'll start to see, but maybe Team Geometry have changed something up in this game. Maybe they've recognized that the weakness of Aztecs is to use that stack and to try and just play as quick as possible. Being said, Boggy J passing this over might get an opportunity for a 3, not quite. So it's going to be Toucan with the disc, getting this intercept on the pass. Tries to get it cleared. Unfortunate bounce, so it's going to go straight to Bacon Lord. Boggy J taking that one, looking for a 3, but it's 2 goalies. Flatbush is able to save that one and get it away now. Toucan looking to find the pass, but he's covered well, so it's just forcing a clear now out of Team Geometry.
All right, picked up at the wedge now by Mo Biscuit, and the jostling and jousting up and down the floor does continue. Both teams now up and down, but currently finding themselves down by 3. Could have tied it up with that. Will still be Dragon with a pass too high, too strong. Taken by Flat, and Flatbush clearing it out left lane. Back to the stacks.
Yeah, and Quinton's first here. He might get an opportunity quickly for a goal. 2 of his teammates are in the bubble, so Zen able to receive that pass at that point. It's a 3-on-2 with the goalie, and that second guy's just gotten back, so it's so difficult to deal with that sort of stuff when the offense is just coming blazing like that. And you saw how quickly Team Geometry got set up, how quickly they were ready for the pass on either side.
And a quick shout out as well. Don't mean to ignore you guys in Twitch chat, but see a lot of you stopping in. Lolo Ravi, Pig Gaming, Porker Infinity as well. Amy Cecilia once more stopping by the Twitch. Squid and Trespassing and Zoid. And right now, getting back into the game, it's Toucan. Oh, a little bit distraught on the connections once more. So this time, the opposite team feeling the effects. We saw that a little bit in round 1, but back to the offense here for Dragon, losing the disc to Zen.
Yeah, Zen with an absolutely clutch stun there. Otherwise, possibly would have been a goal. That shield is such a dangerous position, especially from a shot coming from, because you really can place it anywhere. But it's just a game of the floats here, as it is Aztecs first to the disc now. Boggy J looking for the clear, not quite got the stack ready yet though, so just looking for a read off of the bounce. Boggy J is going to do just that. Going to get a stun off, in fact, and the pass to Dragon. Now trying to set up in the bubble, but the shot just going a little bit wide. Yeah,
and a quick note on the audio stuff that you guys are noticing. Just a bit of issue with the recent update, I think should be fixed soon. That's at a quick fix for an 8th point. Zen the Weeb. Wow. You know, this is suddenly maybe a little bit of caster's curse. I don't know, but after it was just 1 point trade-offs, 1 point lead trade-offs in round 1, Geometry came to play, and they came to make a statement in round 2 thus far with that score. I mean, they've already met their round 1 total at 8 points, and we still have 5.5 left.
Yeah, I imagine what's happening here. Team Geometry, they're realizing that Aztecs, they have really good man coverage. So what they do is they're clearing it where there isn't a man, and they're just boosting down to it. I mean, the ultimate clear and boost, but it's really working. We're seeing a lot more 3-pointers this game, and we're seeing a lot more of the lack of defense coming from Aztecs, simply because the stack is there faster. That being said, Bacon Lord ready to redeem on 2 points, ready to turn this game around at almost exactly half time.
Yeah, and with that, less than 5 minutes left, and that's a perfect time, if any, for Aztecs to get their first score, because now they've broken the seal, and they still have a lot to clock to expend, so not too much of an issue there, and great job to find their goals. And yes, Lolo, I heard that apparently, which is kind of weird. That makes Gilligan, I think, maybe our only caster who doesn't have a little bit of those issues. But that said, no issue here on the rebound from Quinton off of that backboard attempt for Aztecs. So nearly back-to-back goals as they go to the midfield.
Yeah, and this pass coming through really quick, but not quite hitting the target there. Had to throw it really fast because the stack was coming through, so just unfortunately not able to connect on that one. But Flatbush here, just trying to redeem the disc again. In fact, now going to be Zen picking it up at the back line now. Team Geometry now looking to set up again. They do have a player to pass all the way deep, but Boggy J's ready for the read, and he does. Just like a buck, goes for the cloud shot, just missing it. Missing that corner there, but Dragon's able to pick it up. Maybe an open 3 opportunity, just going to miss that shot though, so Boggy J trying to recollect. The stack's there faster though for Team Geometry, and I definitely see them utilizing this stack a lot more in this second round.
And trying to now attack here is Flat actually contesting pretty well. Boggy trying to headbutt that disc, but just comes out of the stun, grabs it instead, immediately knew where to put it. So great communication, no doubt, there for the team as they'll send it off to the side of the bubble. Attempting the cross will eventually be recovered though by Flatbush for Team Geometry. They're going to get the clear, and they're going to be down the midfield now with a chance to put up some more points. And almost. Back-to-back, 2 shots in a row coming out, as it will be Toucan taking the third, sort of, and they're up 10-2.
Well, I mean, we didn't even need the instant replay for that one. He did it for us.
Wow.
But Toucan's going to put it in for the 2, or the third shot of the 2 points, never mind.
Yeah.
As he does get the 2 points, but 10-2. There's too many 2s. I just said another one, didn't I?
That's too true. But Boggy J with a disc here has to contest Flat once again. Zen trying to contest now on Dragon. Keeping control of the disc for a little bit before giving it up now to Quinton. Quinton, a very quick maneuver to just evade Boggy J. But it looks like Dragon and their team here for Aztecs will still get the disc back for at least a time. And the shot might have been online had it not been for Zen.
Oh, but the Boggy J with the steal, goes for the shot. Tries to pocket it, but finds the ding instead. Dragon, though, looking for this tight angle. No, just going to pass it through to Bacon. He's going to put it in the pocket while the goalie's stunned. Excellent set piece there from Aztecs. They're doing really well to pass it through that bubble. And after a couple of recoveries coming through, that being said, we will be seeing a pause.
Yeah. So timeout will be initiated here, maybe to address some of those issues here, potentially. So we'll see how that goes. I know there were, kind of for both sides, we saw a little bit of pinginess between round 1 and 2, so such is life in online gaming. We'll hopefully get that addressed pretty soon. I know we have other streams, so on that note, if the teams who we're supposed to be streaming, I'm supposed to be streaming here on Channel 1, you know the deal, but in case you don't, we'll cast you if you wait, or if we send invites early, we'll also join late. But I know the next 2 matches were also some channel point redemption rewards kind of things, so I'm sure they would want to wait, but like I said, we'll be there. Don't you worry.
Yeah, absolutely. And always excited to cast those matches, especially people that wanted to be casted, people that are casted for the first time. It's a pleasure to give people the feeling of being watched and being able to watch your match back as well. It's a pretty big thing. Of course, you can always record your own POV, but some people having the cast over it is a very cool thing. And yeah, I could definitely remember my first couple of casts in preseason and watching them back.
Yeah.
I'm happy to give people that feeling.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's why we do it. Try to give some of that magic back, because it was same for me when I got started and such. It was always a cool thing, and the community has only grown tenfold since then. So to be able to stream all these teams in rapid succession and also just huge volume, again, speaks volumes, I think, to our casters and teams alike. Just the fact that there's so much interest and so much engagement every single night on this channel. As a back pass goes to Zen the Weeb, and they have a 6-point advantage. There's 1 minute left. Round 3 is looking likely, but not guaranteed quite yet. Let's see, though. A score here would certainly give them some buffer.
Yeah, we need to see 2 threes, I believe, for it to be possible for Aztecs here. So Dragon maybe looking for the first as it goes through. Buggy J looking to collect this disc. I wonder if he gets this early, if he's going to go for the 3-pointer, maybe back this one out. Looks like he's trying to back it out there, get stunned before it gets all the way through. Dragon's able to pick it up, look to put it into the bubble, and I think they are looking for this 3 here because they're not pushing any of those plays into the bubble. The 3-point shot coming through is just going to ding. That might actually seal it. The 2-pointer coming through for Aztecs.
Yeah, definitely prioritizing the right thing at the initial attempt, the initial shot attempt, but yeah, just once that 2 went in, that will indeed secure it. Granted, it was going to be an uphill battle either way, for sure. So hey, Team Geometry, much more definitive effort, at least for the majority of that round. Obviously, Aztecs brought it closer towards the end, but still, this is a story of the match so far, in the sense that it's not really a surprise per se that we're going to this 3rd round, because both teams were on such equal footing, especially in that first.
Yeah, definitely. And Team Geometry, you have to give them credit. They definitely saw the weaknesses in Aztec's playstyle, and they abused them. I mean, as much as anyone should. And doing that more clear and boost playstyle, I mean, a lot of people hate it, but sometimes it really is the easiest way to get past people who are really, really great at man covering, who maybe aren't focusing on watching the clears as much. And changing the playstyle really radically in that 2nd round really benefited them. Yeah,
absolutely. And they, with that, we'll see if they can carry that same type of energy and geometry into the next round, of course. Once more for those joining us here today, I'm Palidore. Got Swift also casting with me. We've got plenty of matches to come later on in the night. Planning on this one being probably my only block, but I know we've got a lot of amped casters in the casters channel. Got to shout them all out, between Wonder and Glean and Doc. A lot of people looking to cast tonight, so you're gonna have some options for sure.
Speaking of, I think you just summoned him.
Oh, where?
In the chat. At the minute you said his name.
Hi. All right, well, back to the 3rd round now, ladies and gents, and Echo Bots United. What do they call it? I keep forgetting the words. Jackson Jill's what Dimmy goes with, but Echo Units, I think that's the word. Always want to say Echo Bots for some reason, because I think like battle bots, but anyway. Back into the match. 3rd round, not a surprise. We're off to it.
Well, battle they will continue to do as this clear comes through. Flatbush there, able to take a little bit of time with it. Dragon trying to contest there. But Flatbush going for yet another jump. We've seen a lot of these for Flatbush, but yeah, I mean, they're working, so why change?
Exactly. Just jumping all over the place here. Zen the Weeb takes it back, sends it to the midline, and Flatbush trying to get it through. Let's see if they can. Will. Boggy J now kind of crab walking along the floor, trying to play monkey in the middle here a bit, as Zen will find a pass. And what a lovely finish. And with the wide eyes on the passing play at that. Toucan from Zen.
Yeah, Lilrafe saying Echo Units feels more like a measurement of length, and maybe that's what the M stands for on the board. Maybe it's not meters. Maybe we're measuring in Echo Units.
Mind blown. M for mind.
The M.
Exactly. Well, off to this play. First 2 points went to Geometry, but the rebuttal maybe no. Attempted there was Mo Biscuit, but whacks him with a punch.
Yeah, and I mean, M for Echo Units, but then again, there's a weird M that stands for picometers, which is a bit weird. That being said, Quinton just going to put that right in from 0 meters, or units. You know what? Never mind, I've rid myself of that sentence already.
Same here. I'm just happy with the sneak I just did. It was so subtle, no one got it. But with that, it would be 4 points going to Team Geometry. So, I mean, thus far they are looking like they're building on what they had in the second round. Round 1, again, just to mention, both teams were scoring, literally just taking 1 point advantages at a time. You know, started off with a 3 and a 2, and then it was just 1 point lead, 1 point lead, 2s the rest of the way, it seemed like. Round 2, a little bit different. Round 3, so far, kind of starting out the same as we had in that second round, with Geometry showing that strength. So Aztecs here, who are a team that impressed me greatly last season, Bears mentioning, need to find something, because otherwise they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, definitely. And Aztecs need to push really hard, I feel like, to get Team Geometry to do that. Because right now, they seem pretty relaxed in defense. They seem like they're just playing it in their half. And of course, this means if they make a mistake, it's going to be closer to their goal. So it's a trade-off, but they've definitely recognized a weakness in Aztecs. And they're just all over it right now. They're keeping control of this game. And only now do they start to push it up, now that they've maybe drawn one of the players away. This pass coming through, almost reaching Quinton there. It was a very difficult bounce pass to receive. So Mo Biscuit there, going to try and get the clear away, but going to go straight back to Zen. The pass comes through to Quinton, not quite hitting. And Dragon's going to pick this one up on defense.
Ooh, but taken by Toucan. So Toucan and doing what Toucan does, which is to say score. And they got 6 on the board. Very strong start to this round. Aztecs still not able to stifle what Geometry has done. And as I said, the longer this goes on, I mean, this is good. I know there's 641, but it's going to be in that dangerous territory, because you're not only factoring in a scoring drought for one team, you're factoring in a lot of rhythm for the other as they continue to burn hot. That shot a little bit low, but I mean, they're going to be there on the stack again and still have a chance.
Yeah, and they still have that pass in the bubble. They're just going to back it out, though, and wait to get that extra player in. Flatbush trying to duck this time, not quite going to work. Boggy J eventually getting that read, and now Aztecs trying to get that clear and boost, but they're not able to maintain the stack, and Team Geometry is, so they do get to the disc first. It's going to be another back pass coming through from Geometry, just hitting that block, but Boggy J with a clutch stun coming through, trying to find the goal, but finding Mo Biscuit's head instead. He's going to pick it up, but just dinging the shot, so Bacon Lord going to try and pick this one up, but stunned by Zen the Weeb. Now the clear coming through for Team Geometry, and they're able to get this one all the way into the Aztecs bubble almost.
Yeah, they got it so deep into the orange bubble there for Aztecs. They had a chance to maybe finally get that score. Still struggled to do so, but they might have a chance here as well. Diving out of the goal there is Quinton. Has 2 defenders stacked up. Holding on to it a little bit long, but still gets rid of it in time. And down at the trap now. Toucan trying to get rid of it as well. Now there's the stacks that they've been needing for Aztecs. Finally getting some of that mid-floor speed just to burst down and take them off guard before they can work some passes or some clears off. That said, shot a little bit off and high to the rebound. It's Toucan.
Now bouncing down to the floor, going to be taken by Mo Biscuit here, looking to play this one up with a couple of passes here. One going to Boggy J, is able to slap into the wall. The shot coming through, and a save from Quinton. That is absolutely outstanding, and it was a fast and powerful shot too.
Yeah, rooting down the offense like a tree. Gee, I'm a tree. They're a tree. All of us are trees, and this is tremendous gameplay, Swift. As Dragon takes it back, though, for Aztecs.
Oh my god. Well, it's going to be Aztecs walking up the floor. They're going to take it in for 3. No, going to go for the ding. And Flatbush able to get that cleared. I don't say going for the ding. They weren't going for it, but you know what I mean. Mo Biscuit able to take this for Aztecs and go for yet another clear, trying to get it through. Boggy J picking this one up for the second one. And trying to get the bounce, just try and get it into that Team Geometry bubble. Force them to do something with the disc. Force them to try and make a mistake. And just missing this pass at the midline. But honestly, Team Geometry are playing very unthreatened right now.
Yeah, 4 minutes left here. I mean, Aztecs needing to still score. I mean, I wish I kind of kept track of time earlier on, but I mean, we're talking a pretty long drought at this point, and some more points maybe as it just grazes that barrier. So that would have been devastation, because 6 points down, not the end of the world. 9 points down, that looks a lot worse.
Yeah, and I mean, especially with the defense we've seen so far from Team Geometry, it's been a brick wall. I mean, there's no way, unless they're able to get behind the defense, which right now they're playing very defensive, so I doubt can happen. They're forced to play very aggressive, so they're leaving their own goal open a lot. Oh, the ding coming through, so this is going to be very good for Aztecs. They could do something with this. But, I mean, they're forced to play very aggressive because they have somewhat limited time available to them as with how Team Geometry are playing, and the shot coming through. Oh, and almost finding that 3, and they're really trying to extend this lead right now. But yeah, Aztecs are really struggling to maintain possession of the disc. They're struggling to get this set up, and Team Geometry, they're pushing hard, and another ding coming through from Geometry, so they're not able to extend the lead. And some ping-ponging going on here. Zen the Weeb trying to just back it out again.
Problem is, just with these things, a few of them in a row, and it's going to happen. As talking about dings and pings, well, that's going to be Mo Biscuits, but having it stolen one way or the other by Quinton. And Quinton finding the boot pass. For Aztecs, you know, they need to be able to punish on some of these because these misses are really crucial. Because with just one of those threes had hit, that would just about be some ice at this juncture in the game. So with that, diving out, and now trying to get the disc secured. Aztecs needs a score on this next possession, else this just may be the round to Geometry uncontested.
Boggy J's able to put it through, Dragon floating through, but Aztecs don't have a stack ready. They just have one player, and they really need to get the stack if they're going to clear it like that, because they know Team Geometry, they have the stack, and they know that they're quick with it, so they have to play with that. That being said, Mo Biscuit's able to take it here. Dragon trying to contest the player, trying to read it, so does that successfully, but not quite able to get to the disc first. So there's almost 2 minutes remaining. Aztecs can certainly pull this back if they score 2 3-pointers, or even 3 2s. It can be done in this time. Playing normally, but that being said, I don't know what's going on with the disc, but Flatbush has it, and he's walking this down the floor again, just trying to waste all that time. If they waste enough time here, they're literally just going to seal the game just with time.
Yeah, seems like that's going to be the case, and the thing is, too, you see over in the trench, Boggy kind of stuck in a bog right now and in a deep fog, but if they can get back into it, you know, hopefully. But I mean, a minute left, and maybe one player down. It looks like this is just going to be an immensely difficult thing to overcome. And you're right, Team Geometry, if they just sit here and stall it, which might be the smart play, I mean, they'll be fine just the same.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what they're trying to do here. Dragon with the steal again. So Aztecs, they're doing really good to defend, but they're really struggling to convert it into any points, and it comes back. The disc comes back for revenge on the goal, but it's going to be saved by a headbutt of Aztecs. They're able to clear it once again, but Quinton's able to read it off the bounce in the tunnel there, so he's just going to waste all the time in the world, 40 seconds. Again, still possible. Oh, Toucan putting it in, and 5 minutes and 54 seconds without a goal.
Yeah.
Team Geometry were just holding it forever and ever and ever, and Aztecs felt so helpless probably in that round, just really trying to get the disc, really trying to maintain possession, and then whenever they got something set up, whenever they got something in offense, Team Geometry comes with an absolutely ridiculous save.
Yeah, and you know, a phenomenal effort from Geometry nonetheless to just control that pace, and even through that disarray as hold on. Oh wow, what a shot. Zen the Weeb. My goodness, what a way to end that, and they're on cloud 9, as am I, with the 12-point win in the third. Holy smokes, what a way to end it.
Well, I knew there were some orgs in Echo Arena, but I didn't know cloud 9 was involved.
Oh, they are now. Yeah, wow. I mean, that's pro gamer right there on that last shot from Zen. But the win, going to Geometry in 3 by a cool dozen. Aztecs had a valiant effort in that first round, you know, brought it within 4 points in the second round, but this time couldn't quite get it going. I know there was some, again, boggy internet issues perhaps that may have played a factor in putting them down a man at the last couple minutes when they definitely needed them. So rough things all around, but can't deny how competitive that was and fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really, really fun game to watch. I love to watch these games where the defense, it just never stops. You never know whether it's going to be a 2-pointer or not. A lot of the teams you watch, they get in the bubble, and I mean, at that point, they just start trading points. But with this game, it's so back and forth. You never know who's going to trade points and when, and the teams don't know either. So it's really, really fun to watch. It brings out the best of people in Echo, and that's when you really have to kind of revert to, you know, what you've built through muscle memory, what you're going to do in the moment, because oftentimes like that, it gets saved so many times. You can't set up a set defense and you can't get back into positions. You have to just go with what you have ready in the bubble and what's just come off of the previous save. So it's really, really fun to watch, and you get to see maybe who's more experienced than the other people specifically in those situations.
All right, and with that, thank you, Swift, and gave me time to try and communicate with some teams a little bit here. Attempting to do so because we do have our next match scheduled to start. Hopefully, we'll get that between Wizard Lizards and Red Matter. Some very entertaining names. I want to be able to go and say Wizard Lizards for the next 2 or 3 rounds. So hopefully we'll get that going in shortly. We're gonna send you to a brief intermission, and we're gonna try and get into this server and get it going for your next match. So do stay tuned, and I'll get those channel point rewards also, or the prediction poll, I should say, rewards out there in a second. Don't you worry. But stay tuned, and we'll be back in a jiffy.
Meters a second that trickled in at. Steel Scott ever. Near side tube to Caesar. Caesar going back to Steel.
Sends it back the other way. And every time I'm so damn lost to what I loved and what I lost. But let's get lost in love tonight.
Caesar up with Saluna. Saluna walking it in. Saluna. Oh, going up the moon face. I can tell you right now, if I was that goalie, I would have been sure that was going to be a shot. Ooh, a ceiling shot, excuse me, a cloud shot there from Original. Not expecting that, and Paper is going to go up 16-10.
Possession of it, and Caster's cursed that one. But yeah, Quackheads, they seem to have a lot more control over this game nevertheless, as this clear goes straight into the hands of Black. Oh, no way! Tarsis with the 56-meter mail slot.
This one does turn over once again. Venom picking it up. Venom sending it out. A whole bunch of chains and leeches and players and boosts. Sealable's going to get there first. Takes a shot. Are you kidding me?
Swear we'd never say goodbye. Fall asleep to lullabies with something that I thought I'd never find. And what is right and what is wrong, and all I ever saw was love. But let's get lost in love tonight. Hear a second voice inside my head, it's telling me to stay the night again and hold on to the words we always said would be.
Chain's gonna get a whole bunch of stuff going out the back. The Sugar Puff is an empty. Go off the head of Grebo! Unreal! I don't care if it's luck or skill. That was clutch, is what it was.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League. Appreciation to these teams for waiting here, as we did get a little bit delayed in that first stream of the night. but trying to get these teams streamed as we can. Love to do it, love to see them, because we got Wizard Lizards, we've got Red Matter, and it's no matter, because you know what? We've got the game. They waited, we're here. Got me here, Palidore on the cast. Only a little bit frazzled, rest assured. And Swift is here next to me, and we're just trying to get communications with the next teams as well, because we had some other streams coming up, but you know how things go, it gets hectic, it gets crazy, but you know what? That's why I take these games 30 minutes apart. It keeps me alive, because man, is it stressful. Anyway, with that, it will be taken here in first joust. We got Red Matter, and we got Wizard Lizards, and we're starting. Swift, how's it going? You there, you're good, and right now as I switch up my overlays, like I said, I'm stressed. We got the first points, though, for Frick, and that's exactly how I'm feeling. Frick! Hi, Swift.
Hello. Yeah, I was just getting the next team informed, so...
There are a few things worse than being delayed when I'm sitting here sweating under my lights. It just puts me in a frenzy. All right, we're back into it, though. I'm happy to be here. I actually am.
Well, that being said, it's Matthew with the shot. That's a shot almost making it into the three-pointer, but not quite. It's going to be cleared through now by the Wizard Lizards, and that is a fantastic team name.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue. It's absolutely beautiful. That being said, what is also really beautiful is that pass, but the shot not quite hitting there, but the great Camden just trying to find that shot. It's so tight on that angle, and now coming through is Bag, or Beige, but I'm just going to go with Bag, as that comes through. Oh, the goalie's stunned! Excellent play by Wizard Lizards to get that three-pointer.
Hey, working their magic. How about that? Go tell a tale. Wizard's tale? I don't know, but 6-0. And what a hit. Yeah, well, literally, like you said, right on the goalie. Eyeing that back out, and instead, well, we saw what happened there. Red Matter on the offensive joust here, though. GB sending it through the tunnel. A lot of cluster in there, but manages to squeak it through to Matthew.
And Matthew to Happy Cat, passing to Private Sizzle Whizzle there. He tries to get this to the backboard. Just, I think he hit the center square in the middle, so not quite bouncing in as he would like, but the pass coming back through from Sizzle Whizzle. Oh, and he tries to walk it in, but Bag there to intercept, and now looking for the clear for Wizard Lizards. Now looking for a stack, Red Matter, but it's going to be Wizard Lizards getting to it first, into the bubble, but getting the headbutt, and now going to be cleared away by Happy Cat. Maybe.
Yeah, going a little bit too steezy with the waves, kind of waving at them as they juked, but lost the disc as a result. And with that 6-0 on the board, but maybe a window of opportunity for Red Matter as they do collect the disc. They do get the clear, and that is out of there, and they're already well prepared on some boosts down the floor. I mean, if they can get the recovery here, they already have an advantage in the goal. Let's see, though, a little bit low. The diver, though, missing it, and eventually collecting it, and that's going to be sent to the left lane. So had a chance. But 3 minutes into this game, still scoreless for Red Matter, who will have another offensive opportunity.
Now coming through it with that pass is going to be Happy Cat. Sizzle Whizzle, he's just going to back it out, wait for his teammates to get through. The pass coming through to Happy Cat, not quite landing, but it's Matthew there for the recollection. They're going for the bounce shot at close range, but Camden with an amazing read and getting the save.
Yeah, that was dang good for them, as it will be taken back now and sent on this clear. There is no midfielder in the area, but that said, there is a Geo that actually sends it bouncing right back to Happy Cat. They'll be happy about that, especially with that, but no, Cat couldn't get it in the bag. It's out, rebounded. It's Matthew, but again rebounded this time and sent out by Camden.
Did someone put a magnet on the orange goal? Because GOG, I thought those things were made to not be magnetic, but Bag going for the three-point shot, not quite making it into the Red Matter goal, though. So, trying to recollect it once again is Wizard Lizards. Going for the bounce shot, not quite hitting the target. Bag looking to walk this one in for one more time, and another tight angle shot, not quite making it. And it's going to be cleared away now by Red Matter. Trying to get it out, but back a hammer. With the hammer of the 3 points, just out of the bubble, makes it in.
Yeah, great shot. Punishing, needless to say, punishing off of the turnover and into the open goal. Recognized the window. Said, I got this. So got the points on the board. They're almost to a double-digit advantage here. Red Matter trying to get it back together if they can. on this roster, I mean, a 3-2 record, so a newer roster at the very least here into the league. Wizard Lizards, they're sitting at 10-13 at the moment. Could definitely use this win, and they're looking for that at the moment, as it will be taken by Bag and out of it into the midfield.
Yeah, and then coming back to Happy Cat there. So Red Matter here trying to get it out. Just get it out of there. The Wizard Lizards have had so many shot opportunities in the past few minutes, and they've got 9 points out of it. So we're just under half of this game remaining. We're going to see another 3-point shot coming through. Just going to miss off the backboard. Happy Cat again takes the disc of Red Matter, but they're just not able to get it out in time. And Camden able to put it in the goal for another 2.
Yeah, 11 points here on the scoreboard. Camden definitely doing some work as well as, I mean, everyone on this team now is getting involved. 3 out of their 4 players with a score. A couple saves for Camden as well, and just doing, like I said, great work here on their stream. I'm glad to have these teams streamed, and I'm super impressed with what I'm seeing on the whole. I mean, the chemistry is looking nice. I mean, as I mentioned, the Wizard Lizards here especially, I mean, they've been, again, a roster for pretty much the whole season in comparison to Red Matter, and you can see that the connections are there.
Yeah, and went through to try and find this again for the clears. Private Sizzle Wizzle looking to put it through, but not quite getting it through tunnel. Now taken by Frick, and looking for the 3 points, not quite able to find, but Camden with a great leech there, looking for the 3. He's going to find it off the backboard. A great shot from Camden, and they've just got so much momentum on offense right now.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Was that off? Let me look at the replay. That was off of just the tip of that pyramid, wasn't it? Or can't even tell on my angle at this point, but that was just, look at how decisive that was on the release. Wasted no time. The thing is, to take shots like that, any bounce shot attempt as another steal, just missing that one. But any bounce shots, right, are high confidence shots, because if you don't know what you're doing on a bouncer, they end up looking really ugly the way that they just ricochet everywhere. But if you're confident, they end up looking so beautiful, just like that.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're at the right angle, the bounce shot can be the only thing you can do sometimes. And Matthew, with a shot, but Camden with another great stop. Are we seeing a mirror of what we saw last game? Quite possibly.
Yeah, I mean, great save on that play. Just head on to into the goal. Had that underarm fling, almost looked like a softball type of just heave into it, as that almost goes in as well. But they will rebound it, and it's Matthew with the 2 in this round, and finally got themselves on the board here.
Yeah, just getting that 2-pointer and trying to get through with anything here. Even if they don't pull all the way through and pull all the way back, you have to score 12 points, which is possible in 2 minutes. But I think it's more about establishing where they are and establishing some momentum for that second round, honestly, at this point, for Red Matter. So here comes a steal. So they're definitely on their way, and Matthew going to walk it as close to that 3 as he can get it before he takes a shot. He does take the shot, but bouncing off of the wrong angle. That being said, he's able to read the rebound and get another 2-pointer.
Yeah, just didn't give up on the play. That was the important thing. So found the initial 3-point shot, but it missed the hands of a few of these defenders retreating, and with that, back-to-back goals for It's Matthew over on Red Matter, showing that this one matters quite a bit, in fact, and they can feel the gravity here of this situation as they go careening past on the defensive stack and actually do cause another turnover there.
And now coming through with the disc is Matthew trying to get that stun onto Frick, and he does, but not quite in time. So it's going to be all the way down into the Red Matter bubble now, and they've got to get it out of their zone once again. It's some more coverage at the midline from Wizard Lizards, and Red Matter this time passing all the way around those players. So nice, they've read what Wizard Lizards are doing, and they're now starting to move through it as opposed to just clearing it through when there were 3 people watching mid. So
yeah,
it's awesome to see people adapting like that mid-game.
Well, absolutely. Like you said, they read, and it mattered. It's Matthew here, though, sending it over and just missing the hands, but initially in the rebound, it'll still be taken by Happy Cats. That's 3 in a row, Swift. Now, I know it's late in this round, but that doesn't even, it's not a factor. They just put themselves into a 6-point total, whereas they were sitting, you know, with nothing for a good while. This is exactly what you need to end a round with to be able to take that into a strong second round.
Yeah, and oh dear, the Joker train coming through from Camden and Bag. They're looking to get it through. Oh, he stuns a couple of defenders as well. Just missing the mail slot though. You love to see it or you hate to see it. It's like Marmite. Although I think more people are on the hate side of that.
Marmite.
That being said, being taken by Red Matter.
Someone remind me, what's the Marmite? What's the difference between Marmite and what's the other one? You know the one, the Australian one. Crazy Kit's in there,
Vegemite.
right? Vegemite, yes. The difference, what is it? Tell me.
No idea.
Good. You would think we were analysts or something. We know nothing, though, of foods. And I say this as someone who, again, was eating melted butter pecan ice cream earlier on. So, hey, that's the story of us here on stream. But the story of this game was a supremely impressive opening for the side of Wizard Lizards. But the story to follow as well is just how Red Matter is going to come out of round 2. Because they showed some signs of life over on their team. And I think that's the kind of thing that will carry over. It tends to carry over. I think it was what Lolo earlier mentioned, the round 2 effect, I believe, right? And just how you do see dramatic differences quite frequently on these streams between round 1 and 2.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can get as warmed up as you like before the game, but ultimately trying to emulate how you're going to play against the team that's up next in a scrim beforehand. Mm-hmm. It's very, very difficult as you kind of, as you play, you kind of automatically your brain does funky things. You can't just play like against another team when you're not playing against that team, if that makes sense. So playing against the team that you're playing against in the first round, that is your chance to adapt to the team again, because I mean the scrims are really only a way of individually warming up. You can try strategies, but they're never always going to work the same way as they are truly against the teams. That being said, the 3-point shot coming through, almost hitting the rebound as well. But that being said, a slap shot coming through from Camden, and that's finding the pocket for the 2 points for Wizard Lizards.
Well, strong start for them. I guess the saving grace, if you're Red Matter, the silver lining is just the fact that they did make the 3 at least. They're going to be on the offensive joust now for the first time in this round, and trying to offer that rebuttal, see if they can, because again, the last couple minutes of round 1 was looking pretty promising, so this could definitely turn around quickly here if they're able to get this going, but stuck a little bit on this side before a pass successfully reaches Matthew, who now does have a lane for maybe a 3, or just a stack into it, maybe a recovery if they can.
Now coming through, Matthew getting the pass to Happy Cat, putting it straight in for the 2 points. Quick pass, quick shot. Textbook play from Red Matter, able to get it well placed as well into the goal. So really nice play by Red Matter. And what I saw was really interesting as well is I don't think it was a shot coming through from Matthew. I think it was more of a pass, or he was trying to find the bounce off of the bottom half, as the shot was like a really tight angle. So that was really interesting. I'd love to see what the original intentions were of that.
Also, shout out Twitch chat. Thank you for the information. Very, very informative on Vegemite, Marmite. Well, I might be more well informed than I was just a short while ago. So thank you, Matthew, with a disc.
And now coming through is the pass coming through to Sizzle Wizzle, trying to get the shot. Does get the shot right through into the top right pocket. So good play by Red Matter, and again getting the passing around Wizard Lizards as they tried to cover the players. And they're moving around a lot, so able to get those passes through successfully, and they're able to get those 2 pointers. So really nice, kind of again just textbook play, some simple play from Red Matter, but that's all they need right now.
Exactly. So round 2 effect is in full effect, at least currently. Red Matter got 4 points on the board, which, as I said, it took them a long time to get 4 points in round 1. They're looking to meet their total now with a 6 point and the pocket as well. What a hit from Matthew, and they're up by 4 points in round 2.
The wind up to that shot was absolutely incredible. He fully ducked for that and then stood up as he shot to get it through. Not only does that make it a little bit more difficult to read, But I mean, when you place it like that in the goal, it doesn't matter if you're reading it or not. The 90% of goalies can't even reach it.
This has been stunning. I mean, speaking of stunning, some of that going on in the tunnel before they actually get the disc back. But what a shift this has been for Red Matter. You can call it a red shift, I guess. But we'll be taken here. Shout out Sputnik as Sizzle takes the disc back, but losing it to the bottom of the boot.
GB taking this, representing Great Britain, I suppose, as he slings that one.
Wait, no, that's
to
you.
the back line. Maybe wait, am I representing Great Britain, or is Great Britain representing Great Britain? What's going on here?
Yes.
Orange sends it back the other way.
Oh no, you're not going to continue. Fine. Slapped away by Wizard Lizards. Taken now by Bag. He's got a load of time. Going to take that one in for the 2. Going to dunk it through. And Matthew just staring at the disc, asking the disc why it would do it to him.
And that got me just staring into the distance, talking about the Great Britain stuff. You blew my mind for a second. I didn't know how to respond. That said, responding, it was Wizard Lizards. They needed to do that, not give up too much more momentum, because if you date back to the first round, I mean, you're talking about 12 points essentially now for Red Matter in just the last, I don't know, 6-7 minutes of action, it seems. So definitely some strength being shown. The pass just a little off the mark, but taking back is Camden for Wizard Lizards. Now a chance to tie or take a lead.
Now another clear coming through from Wizard Lizards, trying to get through with it. Bag close to the disc, trying to put on plenty of pressure for Red Matter, and they're just trying to dance around and buy a little bit of time, but they're not able to buy quite enough. GB trying to get some stuns in the tunnel to prevent those players from intercepting. Not quite going to get as many as he would like, so Camden able to get a stun on one of the players, and unfortunately missing the anchor shot, but really nice play. Oh, Frick getting it back though, looking for the shot. Oh, finding the ding as the goalie comes out to pressure even more, and Bag looking through, finds the head of one of the players of Red Matter, so it's going to be cleared through now by them, and all the way through it will be.
You see, the 2 opposing players, but hold on, a 3-point shot through into the open goal. I was supremely entertained by what I saw down the field. It was 2 opposing players, 1 orange, 1 blue. They were just re-grabbing each other, about 4 or 5 successive ones before finally someone bothered to stun. That was just notably hilarious. Nonetheless, up by 5 for Red Matter off that great shot.
I suppose it's just the person from both teams trying to look for the last pull and then trying to get the stun at the same time. So neither of them found the stun, but both of them found the pull. So it doesn't happen often. But
I'm just saying, the great chemistry between those 2 enemies.
And not quite happening for the players of Wizard Lizards right now, as the stat comes through, not quite accurate, and this throw coming through going to be an intercept from Wizard Lizards. They don't have a lot of time though, and Matthew's able to get there before Frick is able to intercept. Happy Cat going for the shot, going to find the post now, so Red Matter, they're quite a little bit behind, and perhaps maybe they want to play a little bit of time here. So there's 4 minutes remaining. No, why do that when they can just extend their lead by yet another 2 points, 11-4. This game has completely turned around, and Red Matter's got all of the possession.
Gotta say, I'm gonna start adding It's Matthew to the list of just those very unique release points. You touched on it a little earlier on, but yeah, It's Matthew with that very unique release. Right there with who else? National Agency right now. It's a national emergency off of another turnover here. They're in danger for Wizard Lizards. Salty Tuna Fish also has one of those, and wow, what about that? And that's a great grab from Camden once again, tuned up like a fish, but at the moment saying go fish, and they try and get this disc back on the hook. It's taken by GB and sent to the tunnel.
Yeah, but let's see if they can convert on that save. On the other end, it's going to be cleared away by Wizard Lizards once again. Got a little bit of a shot opportunity, but no, Matthew there, ready to block it off. The bounce shot coming through, not quite going to find the backboard as he would like. So Happy Cat looking, oh, but he's looking the other way. Camden able to sneak up to him, another bounce coming through, just finding the post. But there's so many players in the bubble, they're able to recollect back at Hammer, looking to lay it down in front of Bag, but not quite able to find it quick enough. GB with the clear. Not going to quite find its way all the way to Great Britain this time. Frick, though, going to try and find the goal, but not quite landing the shot. Happy Cat trying to get it out, but it's just not happening. Frick looking for another shot on the goal, but again, just going a little bit wide.
Yeah, Frick trying to frack and drill that into the goal, but how many have we seen on those glancing blows between the two rounds? Of course, round one, it didn't end up mattering too much in terms of the results for Wizard Lizards, but certainly mattering a lot quite here, as it will be a lot of matter into the goal. 13 points to 4 for the red ones on blue. A little bit counterintuitive there, but you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, that means that I think Red Matter, the stuns coming through at the midline, it's really helping them out right now. They've got a lot of control over the game, and they're pumping out stuns on the enemy stacks and not allowing anything to happen. So they're able to get a lot more time this round. They're able to find some clears. Because we saw in that first round, they were able to defend, but they were really struggling to get it out of their half. But they've found their rhythm now, and they're able to pass it up their field and get it out closer to the players, so they don't have as much time to intercept it. So really good work by them to find this again in the second round. But what will Wizard Lizards do in the second round to try and bring this one back? Well, it seems like Red Matter don't want that to happen whatsoever, with another 3-point shot coming through, but they're going to try and retain this disc once again. Frick floating through with this clear, trying to get it, but Matthew with the stun, trying to just stop anything from going towards their bubble.
Yeah, there's a bunch of KOs going on that side of the floor. Meanwhile, it's Matthew with the recovery. Good interception right in the tunnel, but taken back by Matthew. Matthew finally sending a clear. Goal is open, at least temporarily. A sizzle is there, but will not get the disc. So recovered there by Camden for Wizard Lizards, but intercepted by Matthew. So back to them once more as the goal is just briefly covered and diving out there. Not any time for a comeback, but much like Red Matter in round one, it'd be great for Wizard Lizards if they can get a score here just to cap off the second round and take it into the third.
Yeah, and I'd say now, Red Matter, they've changed so much in the second round to allow this to happen. It's pretty much the first round turned on its head completely, and Wizard Lizards now struggling to find much possession with the disc, and I mean, ultimately they were able to get a few shots off, but Red Matter's defense as well pulling through with a few saves as well. So sometimes, as the enemy team, they're trying to score on the goal. When you get so few opportunities, and then the few opportunities you get are saved by amazing goalkeeping, it really seems like there's nothing you can do. But Wizard Lizards have to persevere, and they have to pull something through in round 3.
Yeah, and you know, we saw in round one, the round that Wizard Lizards had won, we saw Red Matter taking some shots, and they were getting saved a bunch too. They were held to such a low scoring total for the majority of round one, and some of those were based off of denials, among other things. And are my eyes broken? Is Ignite broken? Hold on, I gotta check this in game just to verify.
What?
99 stuns in 2 rounds. Are you kidding me?
Oh my!
That has to be a record. What? In 2 rounds?
Well, I did mention it for I mentioned Red Matter was getting a lot of stuns. I'm wrong, it seems. Oh my! I'm
speechless. 99 stuns in 2 rounds. Now, there's been a very small handful of times that we've seen 100 or near 100 stuns in 3 rounds. In 2 rounds, that is unheard of. You know, I said it a week ago, I said it 2 weeks ago even. Somehow, years and years later after Echo's release, I'm still seeing new things constantly on streams. That is the beauty of this, but that is a beast. Right now there for a hammer. What a wow.
we just need the personal leaderboard now, apart from the old lobby, so we can see who gets the most amount of stuns in pubs. But then again, it won't really matter, because there's a lot of times where people will just agree to go for stun records. So maybe that wouldn't work. This is why I'm not employed at Ready at Dawn right here.
Well, all I'm saying is it dawned on me that Wizard Lizards and Baka Hammer, holy smokes, I'm still floored by that. Now, and yeah, to clarify there in the chat, I'm sure in other situations. Maybe it's a there's been 100+ stun games in 2 rounds before, but in VRML context, I'm 99 stuns. I'm 99% sure that has not happened in VRML prior. Record, as I said, record to my knowledge, anyways. Obviously, there's a lot of games that get played, but to the best of my knowledge, the record, I think, was YPerm with 106 or stuns or something like that. I think, yeah, Twitch was referring to it at some point. And that was back in pre-season 1, which is to say 14, 15 months ago. I mean, it was a while back. So it's been a long time since I've seen someone get that total. I'm more curious now in round 3. And of course, for Wizard Lizards, they just want to win the round. But for me now, it's turned into a metagame of how high is this new record going to be by the end of this one? I'm curious.
Well, I mean, all I can say is that his name's very fitting. He's definitely got a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not going to break the face shields of the bots, because that would be a bit of a problem. But I don't know. What's the ruling on VRML allowing hammers into the arena?
I mean, I'm not going to argue with this hammer because I'm afraid of getting stunned, quite honestly. There is a little bit of a timeout here, as you might have noticed, the extended intermission, it seems. So we got another minute or so left in that. And again, I know we have another match scheduled to start. Apologies to them, because I know they're waiting for it. We got Spectral is coming up next against Chimera. So if they are waiting, we'll be glad to get that stream. So many apologies for that, of course. Now got off to a little bit of a delayed start on the first stream of the night as well. So it just kind of piled on itself a little bit. And of course, not blaming the players so much as me for getting hasty with how many matches I take in a row. Sometimes I can't help it. I want to get as much as possible. Sometimes it doesn't always pan out though.
Yeah, and I mean, it's always with taking matches in a row. And if you're a player listening to this, take note. If you see that your match is casted 30 minutes after, so directly after another cast, because the game can only be 30 minutes long, right? Because it's 3 rounds of 10 minutes. Wrong. You'd be surprised.
Yeah. It depends. It depends. Some weeks, sometimes I do take a lot of these strings, and if we get a lot of 2-rounders, for instance, or the teams aren't taking too many timeouts, we're perfectly on schedule even for 5 matches in a row, 30 minutes apart. Other times, only a few matches in a row, and then because of some timeouts here and there, and it's delayed starts, round 3s, that's when you start running into the longer than expected ones like this. I see Flair in the chat, so Flair, they're obviously wondering about the timing. So yeah, currently anyways, we're about to start round 3. The buzzer just sounded off, so 10 minutes, barring any extra delays. If not, again, for both of your teams, I will be glad to get you guys streamed again soon, regardless. I feel bad otherwise, but yeah, bear with us, because you know what, this has been an exciting game for sure. I have no idea what to expect based on what we just saw between these 2 rounds. But see who gets off to the faster start as the joust is underway.
I thought you fixed that bounce. Anyway, the stun coming through with Sizzle Whizzle going for the 3, not quite making it. And it's going to be taken now by Frick. He's able to get it out of the zone of Wizard Lizards, and Bag getting it even further out.
All right, well, Matthew with the disc here, working up the floor now, 30 seconds into this match, into this 3rd round of this match. Happy Cat and Sizzle will be there to try and meet the disc. I see Hammer with some of that. Call him the MC Hammer, because definitely just putting on a party here. Somebody call their mamas, because this is just a bruising, but GB is cruising. Shout out to the Kings. 2 points for the side of Red Matter to start this one off.
Yeah, and just a great shot putting it through there. The goalie looking to read it, but I mean, there wasn't really much to read it at. Sometimes when you throw it right at the goalie, it's sometimes something that you can do. I mean, if you recognize that a goalie's moving around a lot and going for the dive rather than trying to read the hand, then you can usually abuse that quite a lot, and sometimes a shot you can take. Speaking of shots, 5-meter one coming out from Frick there. On an empty net of Red Matter there, so quickly responding is going to be Wizard Lizards, and they're going to try and cast this match. Maybe not as much as we're casting this match, but you know what I mean. Cast this match to their own.
Yeah, exactly. Cast. Inform me, Twitch chat, because I'm supremely curious. Who did Oculasator bet on? And 24K, is that right? That said, that is some gold. 24K Magic's in the air tonight. Name is Frick, and they're up by a couple.
Oh, I knew it was gonna come. I just didn't know when. But I mean, there you go. As the shot comes through.
Do you believe it
dunk
if I
shot.
said it only just popped in my head as I said it, which is why it didn't come out so smoothly. But you know, can't win them all. In any case, Wizard Lizards now on the defense. GB rolling out.
Yep, and not quite able to find the initial pass on the rollout, but Matthew is able to take it back. Now walking it through the tunnel. Just going to get that cleared now. And Red Matter trying to form a stack here, but being denied by the stuns. Weirdly enough, there's a three-point shot, though, coming through. Happy Cat's able to find it. So the aggressive goalie not quite able to find the disc first there. So a tough situation to read as the goalie of Wizard Lizards. But, I mean, who would have guessed it? Red Matter getting stunned by... I wonder who it would be. I'll just let you guess.
You know, I'm not sure if this spells bad news for what dubstep disc, but what for us casters? How did neither of us realize there were that many stuns from one person for 20 minutes of action? That said, though, I'm sorry, I just can't get over it because it blows my mind a bit. But Matthew here with a recovery and almost maybe bouncing awkwardly into the goal area, but nonetheless, that's gonna be sailing back to the midfield where just up to the stacks on who recovers here. Let's see. It looks like it will be Red Matter.
Blue team has the disc.
And Aki calling for the red card offside. I don't think you know how this works, and I don't think you know how that works either, because I don't think an offside rule is a red card. That being said, hitting the card, the card being the goal, it's going to be the shot coming through from Wizard Lizard.
If us Americans know anything, it's soccer. That's right,
no.
soccer. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't do that with Twitch chat. I mean, you just can't do it. I know how Twitch chat is. GB knows how it is. He's going to put it in straight for the 2 points. And answering immediately. The shot from Wizard Lizards is not quite connecting, but that one doing just fine for Red Matter. So now, Wizard Lizards 3 points behind.
All right, and yeah, Chad informing me earlier there. So it was 24K on Wizard Lizards from Oculus Data. Of course, 24K channel points, so before anyone in there who is not familiar thinks we're running an illegal operation. We're not! But a lot of channel points on the line here, apparently, and we'll be snagged by Matthew trying to get back into the game to maybe upset a little bit on those bets.
Uh-oh, I'm scared. What is the clip that's just been posted in the chat?
Oh, bad nudes. Yeah, that.
That's bad. And
that's...
Hammer's going to try and get this cleared, but GB with the interception, trying to get it through into the Wizard Lizards bubble yet again. Not quite finding any of the players, so Camden's just going to slap that out.
You got me feeling real naked right here, chat. Just saying. But over here, it's going to be taken at the trap. Looking like a big brawl, actually. Hammer, the Hammer, is going to send it through. And that's going to go back to the trap, the opposite one, that is, across the tunnel, before Happy Cat's able to gather. And 4:47 left in this round. Only a 3-point advantage for Red Matter, so it's still very much so anyone's match.
Oh, the shot coming through from GB. It's so difficult to get those shots into the far pockets, and GB almost finds straight into the top of the goal there, and going to be another 2-pointer, and well, GGOC says Meatballer, and not GG because it's 4 minutes 20 on the clock. Nice, by the way. And Wizard Lizards still have a chance at coming back here if they can just get a little bit more time with the disc, and if they can find these interceptions at the right times. That being said, they're trying to find this 3-pointer. Not quite going to find it initially, but Disco Disc as the great Camden looking for the bounce shot, not quite finding the diamond, so going to bounce away there, and now going to look for the rebound.
All right, well, rebound and the immediate 3 attempt on the goal. And that's going to be taken back here by Happy Cats, but losing it back to the Hammer. So Baka Hammer up top now to Bag again, has the lineup of players, one behind the goal, maybe going for an alley-oop, but there was a stun at that moment when they tried for it. So sailing out of the hands of pretty much everyone there. Not a lot of firm control as it gets sent into the tunnel where the stacks meet it, boosting into the disc with a slap.
And now coming through into that left. Camden trying to find the stack, in fact, instead, because he sees that his teammates are coming back, and that's great teamwork at the defense by Wizard Lizards, but GB's still able to pick that up. So instead of going for just floating towards a disc, he recognizes the stack behind him, and he gets that stunned away to buy his team a little bit more time. Excellent defensive work from Wizard Lizards there, and it's just those the little things that sometimes it's difficult to recognize. As the defense and a fadeaway shot coming through from Happy Cat makes it into the top of the goal, so extending the points by another 2 now.
Yeah, and again, the angle on that shot, just look, I had to kind of turn around and take that awkward shot as they were sailing, with the reverse momentum. So not the easiest one, even though it was fairly close, still had to have the right amount of touch to it. So nice hit, nicer hit, and suddenly they're up by 10, and that lip has been split, not just with the brawls, but now into the goal. That's gonna be a really tough one to overcome, Swift. 2 minutes left.
Yeah, and oh dear, Bakahamo, it's got 127 stuns, so, I mean, I don't know how much those are being utilized to stun stacks, but, I mean, nevertheless, it is still pretty impressive. The 3-point shot coming through, not quite finding the mark there, and they really need to find something right about now, because otherwise, it's going to be, oh my goodness.
In a stream where I've been talking about things that I've not seen, in years of doing this, of playing and casting, I'm getting multiple ones in the same match at this point. How unusual. That said, though, 7-point differential here. We'll be up to just some fantastically fast shots coming through for Wizard Lizards if they want to keep their hopes alive, but it's pretty narrow still.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of narrow, that shot was about as narrow as the chances get of a shot going in, but yeah, that was absolutely ridiculous. Are we going to see... Okay, I thought we were going to see another ridiculous bounce shot there, but luckily that bounce saved me from that one.
And GB now trying to just secure... one more goal basically would be ice at this point. There it is! Matthew putting him back up by 10. And somewhere out there, Oculus later. We do have a VRML sanctioned channel points soup kitchen. You can join that with Ender and Andy, all members who have lost everything in their channel points.
Yep, and I mean, if you take nothing else from this Twitch stream, don't gamble, kids. Real money, not channel points. Gamble your channel points all you want. You know how the odds go.
Yeah, of course. Just for fun here in the channel point rewards. I mean, you earn channel points just by watching and watching the streams, and that's about it. So it's a fun little thing, but maybe less fun for Oculus later. That said, that's a fun and great win for Red Matter. They came back to secure it after losing the first round, reverse sweep style though. Hey, they got it done, and that was an impressive effort to get them that 10-point win off of some immensely entertaining gameplay. I'm very curious because I actually haven't taken a peek yet where we ended up there on the stun department. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and Echo units, there's your record to beat. 138. VRML high, I am 99% sure. Wow. All right. That said, though, Red Matter taking the win.
Wow. I think what we should have done. We missed the opportunity. We should have had a poll as to how many people thought that we had before we revealed.
Yeah. Well,
they did it themselves in the chat anyway. So
yeah. What was an idea for sure. That said, I'm gonna give you your rewards and do with them what you will. Quick intermission. I'm already getting into the next match right now. I have my invite, so getting into that. We'll be back in the next minute, basically, to start our next match. So stay tuned.
4 meters a second that trickled in at. Steel Scott ever. Near side tube to Caesar. Caesar going back to Steel.
Sends it back the other way.
And every time I'm so damn lost, what I loved and what I lost. But let's get lost in love tonight.
Caesar up to Saluna. Saluna walking it in. Saluna. Oh, going up the moon face. I can tell you right now, if I was that goalie, I would have been sure that was going to be a shot. Ooh, a ceiling shot. Excuse me, cloud shot there from Original. Not expecting that. And Paper is going to go up 16-10.
Possession of it, and Casters cursed that one. But yeah, Quackheads seem to have a lot more control over this game nevertheless, as this clear goes straight into the hands of Black. Oh, no way. Tarsis with the...
Okay. I can breathe. Teams have been pinged. I'm in the game. We got everything taken care of. I'm sweating a little bit. I really... Again, when we get delayed, it makes me a nervous wreck. See, look at that. I haven't done a hair check. I should have done a hair check. Anyway, that said, well, I'm sweating, but I'm thankful for these teams for waiting, honestly, because they just spent the last half hour. I'm glad we can cast those last 2 games. On that note, I'm not complaining whatsoever. I breathe anxiety, okay? I love it. It leaves me feeling so nervous. But I'm happy we have to stream all 3 of these games, or are about to, because we got Chimera, we got Spectral starting right now. These 2 teams in the gold division, 13-9, or 13 and 9 for Spectral, 12 and 8 for Chimera. So 2 teams, you know, definitely feeling good this season and at the top of their game. Again, you start getting to this mid-season, the last third of the season, you start getting more of those wins, a lot more wins and losses. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you love to be able to carry, because as we get later into the season, that's just going to be able to push you that extra inch. And obviously, every little win, every big win, is going to mean all the more for these Challenger Cups, for the Master Division, and for teams who are seeking to get there. We're seeing a lot of matches this weekend with implications exactly like that, as a matter of fact. And still plenty more to come. It is a super tight race right now in terms of who is going to be in that Challengers Cup. And it's going to come down basically to the end of tomorrow night. So, with that, round 1, about to start. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, in the books. Please tell me I've got the team's overlays on the right side. I messed that up a couple times today. Looks good. We're good. All right, so Spectral. With a disc here first, it's Snake, oh whoa, and Spider, oh whoa, and Drum and Sam, as well as Flare. Of course, Flare, very often seen there in the Twitch chat, and redeeming as well. These teams redeeming these matches to be played on stream for you. We'll be on the side of Chimera trying to defend against Flare. Wolverine, Dune, Cthulhu, Chubby Asian. And glad to see these guys back on the stream as well. Of course, Wolverine, one of our casters here in VR Master League. And great to see Wolverine, you know, again on stream and on the climb. And with that, it's a Wolverine with the Joust and sending it over to Dune. So Dune over onto teammate there was at Cthulhu. And Cthulhu, speaking of, gets the disc right back. So Cthulhu trying to get the 2 for Chubby Asian, but a great save from Drummond. Drummond up the defense, beat by beat, not making anything easy. With that said, it's going to be another attempt coming down from Cthulhu, and the Devil, you know, gets the 2 points.
11, 10, 9.
See, Emerald in the chat. Let's see, now that I'm actually at my final match of this cast, the anxiousness, the anxiety is now calming. See, because I know I've got no one else waiting and counting on me to be there when I said I was going to be there. So I'm good. I can actually say hi to chat now. And with that, hello. Well, hello and welcome. It's been fun. It's been nuts. We've had records broken here tonight in VRML. Been something to behold for sure. And with that, Snake trying to get a hold on the disc, but gets stunned. That's going to be sent to the midfield. Spider recovers. So a lot of brawls here in the bubble. Meanwhile, some gradual work up the floor. You can see the great passes, the great connections, definitely prioritizing the next pass. They're aware of where it's going before it's going there. As you can see, I mean, Flare, nearly the conversion. Didn't quite get the shot, but I still love the passes. They strung along, what, probably 6 in a row, all the way up the field to make that happen again. They're going to do it once more. So Snake around the back before the pass, a little too strong. Sails towards that Echo logo. That's going to be cleared now to the deep end. And the deep blue, maybe even a 3, nearly off the backboard, careening to the side panel. Chubby will be there with a disc and finding the post pass. And nope, post all alone. Post Malone? Maybe. Not music to their ears, though, as they will miss a shot. Another great grab there coming into the trap off of a clear as Chubby gets the disc right back. And when I talk about Post Malone, I of course mean Sir Dimwee. Our post imitator. And right now, not an imitator whatsoever. Drummond again. Drummond, Sam doing it all, but unfortunately was brawled. So the stun guaranteed the goal that time around. And Cthulhu going to town. 4-2. Feels good to breathe. Bold tune, boys, in the chat, saying my team hasn't been casted yet, but appreciate your dedication to casting and allowing lower level teams to be in the spotlight. Absolutely, it's a huge priority for sure, because I think more than anything else, that was one of the biggest takeaways I took from transitioning from VRL, ESL to VRML, is just the volume of cast, you know? Having a league where we can get everyone possible, you know, streamed from any division and for hours and hours every day, instead of just, you know, a couple hours every 1 to 2 weeks. No, we got a couple hours every day, sometimes 4 or 5 hours every day. So definitely proud, like a source of pride, I think, for our whole league is to be able to feature as many people as we can. So with that said, thank you for the nice message. Really hope to get you streamed soon. And all the teams that we can stream soon. Of course, those channel point rewards, part of it, right? So if you tune into these streams and support VRML just by watching, you earn channel points, and you can use those channel points to guarantee some casts, as that is almost sent into the goal off a long bounce. But Flare ducking and having to kind of, what's the word, improvise. Was initially intending the anchor, the Joker play of sorts, the Joker train. Now his fellow trainee got stunned, so had to adjust, but credit to Flare, didn't panic and tied it up at 2 apiece. Now Swift also with a, hey, 99, I got 99 problems, and your bit is 1. You made it 100. Thank you very much to Swift, who of course was joining us for those last 2 casts here on stream on the casting end of things. So glad to have Swift on board. But let's see, they're chasing it down now for Spectral. Will be taken by Wolverine instead. Did anyone, I didn't check, did anyone bet some massive points this time around? Or were all the points expent on the Oculusator side? I feel bad. I do. But then again, Oculusator is usually in the chat quite a bit, so honestly, it takes 15k points to get a channel redemption for like a cast, 15k, and at the rate that we cast, technically speaking, even if you're not using channel point bets, you can get that in a week or 2 of watching, depending if you're subscribed or not. But I'm sure he'll be fine. Not gonna lose any sleep. Up here though to Wolverine, Wolverine to Chubby. Chubby with the what was that? Lost the disc on the way into the drive. It still went in anyway. Maybe that was on purpose. New meta, perhaps. That might have been on purpose. Maybe I didn't give it enough credit. That looked like it may have been. I'm not gonna say for 100% sure, but that actually looked like it may have been on the second look there. You know, this is a night of new things for me. Never mind the fact that I've casted 1,000 games. I am seeing new things left and right in the span of the last 2 hours alone, it seems like. We're gonna roll with it. I'm a fan. Over here though, it's Flare with a disc and a soft one down to Drummond Sam. So Drummond Sam with the disc, gonna send it over to the barrier, but unfortunately was covered pretty well by Chubby and Chimera. Now as it careens into the blue, it's gonna be Drum and Sam the take back, but Snake on the reception has stolen off of a stun. Dune is there as well. Chimera now with some offense, maybe, but won't last all too long. So it goes back to the midfield where they'll have to reset it once again. Yeah, Swift pointing out some really unusual stats and scores we're seeing in these matches, but they have been supremely entertaining, as has that man, Drum and Sam. Call him Uncle Sam, because right now that is America's goalie. Shout out Illuma Duty, by the by. But some nuts saves coming in from Drummond. Every which way. Now, if they can get some points off of that, that is the more important thing, clearly, is being able to finish on it. Spider's there trying to do just that, but not able to do so. Wit actually malding right now. And it sounds accurate. He is the most temperamental person I've... Just kidding. Wit's actually probably the most, one of the most chill people, period, that I've had the pleasure of playing with and being on the team with. But yeah, that said, it's going to be sent over into the orange lane here. Wolverine is in the area, but it will be Snake OO with a recovery for Spectral. Very close match, a little bit lower scoring, but not for a lack of action, certainly. And a shot taken. Not really an anchor necessarily. I don't know what I'm saying, but anyway, you know, lower scoring, but not for a lack of action between these two teams. In the last 2 minutes, 2-point difference. All that means is that it's anyone's match to win now. It's gonna come down to who makes the fewer amount of mistakes. And Dune almost taking that 3, recovered, rebounded by Chubby. They'll have another go at this. Could make it make it a 4-point advantage, instead backing it out again. So a score here would be huge in terms of gaining them enough buffer to potentially win this round. And there it is, right on the head as well, Spider, as Spider got stunned. So with that, there's that buffer I mentioned, 4-point lead. Of course, it doesn't guarantee the win yet, not by any stretch, but it does at least give them breathing room, because if you're on Chimera now, you just want to deny threes, basically. First of all, you want to make them score twice at, you know, minimum to force an overtime if they score at all. But you don't want to give up any kind of threes here, you know, and with that, I mean, 47 seconds left. You know, even if they don't score again, even if they just stall off of this ding, they'll still be okay. But as I said, if they lose the disc, no threes, no threes, no threes. Because then you give a chance for them to take a game-winning shot the next joust around, but won't be necessary as Chubby Asian gets the 10-point total. Could be potentially the last score here of this round. Gonna be about 12 seconds off the clock as we launch out for one final time. So Spectral, still an opportunity to score. But whatever they do here, they're gonna have to just take it into round 2. All right, so launching, 7 seconds left, and actually losing the handles on the disc for a little bit. Sailing to the midfield, and we'll be Cthulhu there in the vicinity, but either or, first round Chimera, finally in that last minute, and it really did come down to the last minute. They were able to get just enough separation on the scoreboard to more comfortably, you know, go into the second round. But we've seen Flare plenty on streams here. We've seen Drummond, Snake, Spider. We've seen all of Spectral several times recently. Some of them because of their redemptions. Some of them just because, you know, they were available and we wanted to cast their matches, and they were, you know, they were on stream. And whatever the case was, I would not be surprised. In fact, I'm kind of expecting this just to be another round 3 on stream again, but we'll see. Caster's curse aside, you know, we'll see. Oops. Sorry, I didn't realize I didn't take you to the score screen there. Just getting my hydration on. But yeah, first round. Oh, I reversed my scores also. It's 10-4 the opposite way. But yeah, you know, for again, both these teams, they both have more wins than losses, several more in fact. So it's just a testament to the skill level, and why I'm saying I'm still expecting a round 3. I mean, no pressure. I see flares in the chat now. No pressure, but I mean, a 13-9 record for Spectral, 12-8 record for Chimera. both here in the gold division, both the rounded MMR 1180, and yeah, it's going to be. It was a good round, and I'm expecting a good second, especially. And you know, right now for Chimera, they're coming off of a win against Team Slushy, a loss against Fighting Entropy, and then a win against Side Note in the last week and a half or so. For Spectral, coming off a win against the Retro Rejects, and they did drop 2 games versus Slap Babies and Noise. But prior to that, they had also won 4 matches in a row. So overall, a very successful last month or so of VRML for Spectral and Chimera. Cordage, gonna hate you. If you're about to say Dr. Pepsi or anything of that sort, I'm going to. Wait, never mind. I'm a VRML official. I'm not going to do anything publicly. Look what you just made me do. You just made me put round 1 instead of 2. This is all your fault, Cordage. This is some discordage happening at the moment. As a result, you're gonna have to listen to this again. Round 2, for real this time. And hopefully they don't score before this transitions out. There we go. All right, so with that, round 2 underway. And here we go. So into the recovery there, it's Cthulhu with a disc, 30 seconds off the clock as a burst of speed and punches comes through. Wolverine now on the backboard, offering an avenue maybe for the pass, kind of hanging up there, just chilling. Just chilling. And there's a bounce pass attempt, but not quite there. But again, rebound. Chubby Asian, right spot, right place, right time. Dune couldn't find it. It will be Snake taking it, and Drummond as well, snagging it out of Snake's hands. What a Snake, trying to steal the steal, basically. Or steal the save, I guess. But with that, it's still gonna be Cthulhu with a disc. Chimera still has some offensive opportunities here. They're spaced out quite nicely. You can see again, top, bottom, middle. A lot of spacing, and look at that. The cut, all in conjunction! What a night this has been. The interesting ways that teams are scoring the last 2 hours continues to drive me through the wall, just about.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. What were you gonna do, Cordage, by the way? What was I going to hate you for? I'm curious now. If it wasn't going to be a Dr. Pepsi comment, what was it going to be? Nonetheless, over to Flair. Flair taking that out is Wolverine on that recovery. Wolverine, of course, again, mentioning not only a VRML caster, but the times that we've casted him. Notable for the saves. A beast is Wolverine in more ways than one. That's why he has some movies. That said, not moving in the goal, it's Drummond Sam again, but getting stunned, and Wolverine ends up going goalie on goalie violence, essentially, saying, you know what? That was a nice save, Drummond, but I'm going to be getting this one in. And it ain't fair. But it's just the reality of it. You know, goalies get stunned, and you gotta punish. Nice save, though. Nice save. Gotta give full credit to Drummond, who's been really putting on some great saves all night. I mean, I'm just saying. There you go. Another grab there. Now, it may or may not have been in. It was pretty close to the pocket there. But still, the reflexes are impeccable from this guy. Or girl. I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to assume. All I know is that they are fiery hot in the defensive lane. I'm super impressed by what I'm seeing. Dune there! You know, sometimes you just need the slow ball to get it finally to fall. Doesn't matter if it's Echo Arena or baseball. You know, 15 meter per second, kind of a more casual throw. Got it past the goalie. But honestly, that is a good strategy to employ sometimes. You see it from time to time because the goalies anticipate these super fast, you know, shots with a lot of heat coming off of them. Sometimes if you just drive it in and then throw a more casual one, funnily enough, those are the ones that actually get through the goalie from time to time. Now a fling into Drummond Sam. Could have been in had Drummond not been there. Chubby with a recovery. Now has the alley-oop, a little too beyond the reach of Wolverine. I'm trying to catch up because I'm still curious on what I was going to be offended about. Very annoying words. Was it going to be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Because I'll give you one right there. That one's been redeemed a handful of times now this season, but Dune here with it over to the opposite wall. Taken by Snake. So first round win going to Chimera. So far the second round looking very similar on the results, but Flair has 6 minutes to make something happen, but a stun. Just a drive-by from Dune and Chubby. and denying any opportunity at some offense. So, as I said, a lot of time, but I would still call this kind of desperation mode in a sense for Spectral. After losing one round, you don't want to be in the position where you're feeling like you're in a hurry and you're in a rush and you're on your heels constantly for these last, 5 to 6 minutes. You don't want to be there. That said, that shot is not going to be there because guess who? Drummond Sam! Man, oh man. Does it again. I gotta take a look. 8 saves, at least, for Drummond. I'm continuing to be impressed. The thing is, the offense is where it's lacking at the moment with the lack of points. They're getting a lot of chances, but they've just not been able to convert. The defense being super aggressive. You see it right there again, but Flair somehow looks like he stiff arms the diving defender and does great harm for the 2 points on the board. Finally for Spectral. Took 5 minutes of action just about.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Camden also stopping by in the chat, and yeah, Camden, speaking of someone we saw some great saves and scores from, good games for sure. Glad to get you guys streamed, and yeah, hope to see you again really, really soon for sure. But Cthulhu here is going to send it up the floor to Wolverine. Has the cross cutter. Chubby was stunned, however, Snake and Chubby both stunning each other out. That's another flinger from Wolverine, I think that was, and will be dinged off the top of the rim.
Clears it out of their zone.
Now has some opportunities for, or leaving some opportunities now for Spectral, I should say, to, again, punish off of these. They had a chance there for Chimera to push ahead by more. Didn't get it, so for Spectral, I want to see them try and slow it down a little bit, get some of these passes through if they can. Get that communication flowing, and they'll still be fine. 4 minutes left, only down by 5 points.
Orange catches the enemy.
Now let's see, another one going to Wolverine, this time up high, and direct dive into the goal.
12, 11, 10, 9,
And also shout out to Zara
7, 6,
and Emerald
5,
and Frank.
3,
Do I still play Echo competitively? Asking me. Nope, I do not. I'm also actually, contrary to semi-popular belief, not allowed anymore to play. At least as long as I'm doing, VRML stuff on the org level. But that's okay. As I always say, being able to cast on stream here. Basically, I get to be part of 340 teams instead of just one. That's how I like to look at it as a caster. Because yeah, at the end of the day, I get to be in every day. I get to be in the arena in a competitive match, and I get all the excitement without nearly as much of the stress and pressure. So, win-win in my book. But that said, over to the midfield, Wolverine, and don't get me wrong, I do miss it sometimes, but as I said, this is rewarding in its own right for sure. Watching these teams do what they do. There's Flair with a stun right at the outer edge of the bubble. More stuns happening on the opposite side. Cthulhu with a disc. Cthulhu off the backboard and getting it into the pocket. What a hit! 11-2. Chimera now showing up in full force in this round.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7,
And Oculus Satyr with almost has to be sarcastic. I would appreciate it normally, but Oculus. See, I've known Oculus Satyr there since basically the very beginning, right? 2017 beta days and such. But with that said, I would say that about Oculus Satyr in terms of 1v4ing anyone. In terms of me, I never 1v1 people for that matter. I was much more of a facilitator, initiator, midfielder, etc. It was everyone else on my team who was doing all the 1v4ing. Basically, the first half of Season 1 of ESL was just me watching Lemming go 1v3 on people. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. It was just, I was sat in the midfield, I watched Lemming go 1v3 for the first 4 months of action. After that, we finally became more of a team, because we needed to be, but... that said, what a team play there from Cthulhu to Wolverine. That is rocking right now on the cutting and the connections, just flawlessly communicated clearly between these players on Chimera right now. Executed nicely. What are my thoughts on potatoes? Well, if you were in that last match, you saw a lot of potatoes being thrown. That is to say, some haymakers from Hammer. Man, oh man, still gonna be dwelling on that one for the next couple weeks, but... 136 stuns in 3 rounds, 99 stuns in 2 rounds, just for those who were not tuned into that match. Yeah. Individual stunning record was set tonight. For VRML, that is. Now, Cthulhu with the disc here, sending it off to Chubby. Chubby, a bouncer looking for maybe that bouncing goal. We've seen a lot of those as of late. We saw some of those in venues earlier, in fact. Several of them for those venues matches. But, down 13-2, last minute of play here. And Chimera just showing up pretty decisively in this round. Suffice to say, very impressed with what they've done. This was not going to be an easy game for either of these teams, considering both of these teams have, again, 4 or 5 more wins and losses on the season here in this division. So, really impressive to be able to put on this kind of show as they will close out the round and the match here in just the next 15 seconds. Now, deep into the midline, maybe time for one more score will be Cthulhu. And Cthulhu, the Cthulhu 3. Why not? 16-2. The story of the round, I suppose, because they have just been on fire. But yeah, the win. Going the way of Chimera. Chimera, remind me, is that 2 heads, 3 heads? What am I thinking of? Thinking of Hydra, aren't I? Anyway, neither here nor there. That will be the conclusion of this one. I know we have, most probably, I'm going to be switching off camera duties with someone else here because we do have some master matches starting in the next 6 minutes or so, I believe, right? So, yeah. I'm sure someone will be taking my spot, and if not, I guess I'll continue to be here. I just haven't been able to catch up yet, so... With that, though, we'll go to the score screen, take a look at that, of course, courtesy IgniteVR.gg. As ever, always, of course, we'll be seeing some Ignite, I do believe, tomorrow on the streams, potentially there for venues, in fact. So, a lot of matches with a lot of implications that will be happening here over the course of the weekend. But right here, the implication behind this match, well, it just means Chimera gets to continue their build-up as they make a move, with this record potentially towards Diamond in the future, going into the 3rd cycle. Every one of these wins counts, and to have a 13-8 record now, that is definitely something to take pride in. But same thing here, 13-10 for Spectral, that is still phenomenal in their own right. They've been playing and impressing with some entertaining matches. In fact, some of the recent matches for Spectral have been those game-winning shots and such that I've mentioned. Always exciting, always exciting. But all right, let's see. I didn't do a hair check again. Look at this. What is this doing right now? Anyway, as I continue to sweat it out, I'm going to check real quick for what is actually coming up on stream, just so you guys are informed, because I have at least 5 minutes to spare. So let's see. Bring this over. Okay. So at the top of the hour, 5 minutes from now on this channel. Okay, yeah, so we'll have Sir Dimwee casting and camming for Kings versus Ethereum. Meanwhile, over on presumably Channel 2, we've got Gen Z versus Barrage. That'll be casted as well. Glean, Wonder T-Man, and Doc Education. Which means there is a master match that has not been picked up. Which means I might be going over to Channel 2/3 in a second. I gotta get some water. Alright, well. Anomaly and Synapse, assuming that they are aware and haven't started at this point, I'll cast your match, don't you worry. I just need to prepare in the next 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream now on that note. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll probably be back on Channel 2 or 3 in the next few minutes, I suppose. Until then, be happy, healthy, safe, and be good to each other, and I'll see you again probably in like 2 minutes. Bye! Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.